Right now at noon, a 5-year-old Jasper County is hit and killed by a semi.
And it's a sunny and hot day across the area. Just a couple of clouds out there. There may be at least some relief on the way briefly. We'll look at that forecast coming up.
Plus, crews in Neosho, Missouri take down a nearly 100-year-old water tower.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Freeman health officials announced they will take over the emergency room and operate a 10-person inpatient hospital in Fort Scott, Kansas. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. The news comes after the hospitals have struggled to open and stay open. We're going to go straight to KOAM's Anthony Saviello, who's in Fort Scott. Anthony, what can you tell us about this announcement and Freeman's plan to successfully operate in the city?
Yeah, thanks, Elise. Like you said, I'm right outside of the emergency facility here in Fort Scott, Kansas, where CEO of Freeman Health, Paula Baker, just announced that Freeman will be exploring and actually establishing a residency here at this facility that you see behind me. What used to be Ascension Via Christi's emergency room, Freeman will now be taking it over. So this is obviously a huge announcement for the people of Fort Scott who have been without emergency care since the end of calendar year 2023. They have not had permanent medical facilities really since Mercy left a few years ago. Now the plan for Freeman is that they are taking over the management of the emergency facility, as well as, like you said, they will also be providing 10 inpatient hospital beds for the people of Fort Scott. Now the big question, when is this going to happen? As of right now, the plan is to be fully established within this facility by April 1st, 2025. There are a few legal steps that Freeman has to go through and licensures that needs to be established. But despite the fact that it's going to take a little bit of time, the people that I talked to here in Fort Scott after the announcement was made were just ecstatic. I can't describe it other than pure joy coming from the people here in Fort Scott who have been without immediate accessible care for quite a while, and they no longer have to rely on having to be transported miles away just to get the care that they need. So it's going to be really good for the people of Fort Scott, and it's going to be a great establishment. We're looking forward to it, and it's a developing story, so we'll keep everyone updated as it goes on. Elise?
Hopefully they can get the care that they need, Anthony. Thanks. Well, a 5-year-old boy is dead following an accident involving a semi-tractor unit yesterday in a small Jasper County, Missouri community. Police say the truck was parked in a private driveway in the village of Reeds, and the driver was standing on the driver's side steps with the engine running. Authorities say the truck was put into gear and jolted forward, striking the 5-year-old boy from Lockwood, Missouri. The child died at the scene. At last report, authorities had not yet released the name of that boy. Authorities in Neosho County, Kansas are investigating a fatal crash involving a bicycle crash that occurred on Tuesday. Troopers say a bicyclist on Santa Fe Avenue collided with the side and rear of a vehicle making a right turn. The bicyclist, 67-year-old Harvey Morris Love of Chanute, was transported to the University of Kansas Medical Center where he was pronounced dead on Wednesday. It's getting hot out there. Let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, it is getting hot, and we are beginning to see heat index values now. Again, we had been kind of lucky. Even though we've had hot temperatures the last couple of days, humidity levels have been low enough that they've kind of balanced out with the dew point. We haven't had significant heat index values. Not the case now. Live shot from MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Clear skies, plenty of cars on the road. Again, just a couple of stray clouds here and there. We do have a gusty wind that kind of helps, but doesn't really do a lot. We started yesterday at 61, made it up to 87, so a little below normal to start, a little above average for the high. We're already going above average for a lot of folks. We've got those mid-upper 80s across the area. As we head through the evening, some of us will start to see some showers a little earlier in the evening, and then we'll see clouds gradually increase and a few more showers and storms will be possible, again, for some of us as we head into the overnight hours. We'll have a complete look at your forecast, talk about the rain and just how much hotter it's going to get here in just a few minutes. Elise?
Chris. Well, multiple apartments caught fire in a home off downtown Joplin. It happened at around 6:45 p.m. on 2nd and South Pearl. It was an older home that had been separated into apartments, and all units in the home were searched and everyone was out safely. But it was discovered that numerous pets died. The cause of the fire was determined to be an accident. A nearly century-old structure in Neosho, Missouri is now in pieces. The city yesterday began the demolition of the water tower at Dewey and Finney Avenue. The tower was built in 1926 and decommissioned in 1984. The city added another larger tank next to it in 1956, and city officials now say the old tank is an eyesore and serves no purpose, prompting the demolition.
So we sent out bids for demolition companies, multiple bids sent out. We had 3 bids back, one from Icer Construction out of Michigan, and then I don't recall the other company. They ended up coming in about $10,000 under budget.
The current remaining tower, built in 1956, has a 400,000-gallon tank. Well, Joplin Soup Kitchen is seeking donations to feed its growing number of clients. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
The Soup Kitchen volunteers at St. Peter's Outreach House start prepping meals at 8 a.m. to pass out hundreds of to-go meals by 11 a.m. However, as the demand grows, it's harder to keep their shelves stocked.
We are in desperate need of canned goods. We go through approximately 15 gallons of canned goods a day. So if there's anyone in the community or anybody wants to make a donation of canned goods to us, we'll take anything. Canned vegetables, canned fruit, canned beans.
The most demanding season for the kitchen is summertime.
We're averaging now a minimum of 400 a day. Today we're anticipating it could be as many as 500. And we're seeing, since the children are out of school, we're seeing a lot of children coming too. It'll go back down, we anticipate, in the fall. Maybe a third will go down, when people get back to, the kids go back to school, and a lot of our homeless population that are transient move on, because a lot of times they're filtering in here from somewhere else.
The kitchen does not have any requirements for those needing a meal.
But we'll feed anybody. There's no requirement. Anybody's welcome at our door. All we require is we have to keep track of numbers, and we take a name. That's it.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
St. Peter's Outreach House is open Monday through Wednesday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Well, coming up, kids in Southeast Kansas taking a trip to the museum for some old school lessons. And later, we're making dreamy creamy pudding in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. The Joplin Police Department is putting on a police camp for kids at South Middle School. The entire week is filled with information about the department and demonstrations performed by the officers. Yesterday, students got to engage with the department's SWAT division. They could get inside the SWAT armed vehicle and interact with some of the equipment used by the SWAT team.
Well, just this week, the Kids Academy, them being able to get to see like all the different things that the Joplin Police Department has to offer, between K-9 Division, Traffic Enforcement, our SWAT team, Investigations Division. So it's just nice for them to be able to see all the different things that the Joplin Police Department has to offer.
It helps you figure out more about it, and it lets you know that they're good people and they'll always help.
The Kids Police Academy will resume for the rest of the week. The Crawford County Historical Museum yesterday hosted another round of Wacky Wednesday. For the month of June, the museum is inviting kiddos out for some fun and educational demonstrations. Yesterday's event, called Little Museum on the Prairie, taught the kids how to make hand-dipped candles and apple juice. They also did some butter churning, corn swelling, and clothes washing, just like the pioneers.
We take what has really worked well in the past and that the parents have requested, oh, are you going to do Little Museum on the Prairie again this year? Or are you going to make homemade ice cream? So we try to build on what we've done in the past and make it a little bit better, a little bit bigger.
The museum has 2 more Wacky Wednesdays left this month, including Life on the Trail on the 19th and Baby Goats and Farmhouse Ice Cream on the 26th. And maybe the best part of Wacky Wednesdays, well, they're free. Well, Commerce Days got underway yesterday in Commerce, Oklahoma, and folks flocked to Commerce High School to enjoy some food, arts and crafts vendors, and games. There was also a carnival until 10 and live music from the Full Throttle Band until 11.
It's a fun place, family friendly. Basically, if you want funnel cakes, any kind of carnival food, come here.
So far, actually, I think it's kind of fun. It's really kid friendly and really animal friendly, and I think it's probably one of the best places to bring, if you have kids or pets, bring them out here.
Commerce Days runs through Saturday. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
We're taking a test today, but don't worry, you won't need a number 2 pencil.
And we are tracking at least some storm chances as we head into the overnight hours, and even hotter temperatures still on the way. The latest on that forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So we're lucky the last couple of days. I know it's been hot, but humidity levels have been low enough that even though dew points have been up there, they've kind of canceled each other out, and we haven't been that muggy. Unfortunately, today is a different story. We also have that possibility of some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms overnight tonight, at least for some of us. Not much has changed since this morning. We still have a very low tornado risk, no areas highlighted. But we do have a hail threat, and more so that low to elevated damaging wind threat as we head after midnight tonight. So similar to yesterday as well, the Future Track midday update kind of downgraded these storms as we move into the evening. So still showing those showers around 8 in the southeast Kansas. But as you can see, it's kind of killing off that storm complex a little early. So we'll wait and see exactly what plays out. But I think one way or the other, at least north of I-44, you're going to get some showers and maybe a couple of thunderstorms out there as we head into the overnight hours. And then here we are at 2 a.m. with a few of those lingering showers, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder. So still looking at between about midnight and 4 a.m. is the best opportunity for some of those strong, possibly severe storms out there. Most of our Friday, we're partly cloudy, we're hotter, and we are dry, but you see all those little green spots that keep popping up. We're still looking at that chance. It's a low chance, but a chance of some pop-up showers or thunderstorms. And again, those are the ones that are fueled by the heating of the day. They last about 20-30 minutes and they die out. Now, they can become strong, but in most cases, they just dump a lot of rain in a short time, and then they are gone. As we go into Saturday morning, again, still looking at maybe some showers clipping our northern counties out there, but not expecting anything too widespread Friday night into Saturday. It's a fairly limited chance of showers out there. UV index again today very high, so make sure you are taking precautions if you do have to be outside. Still have the heat advisory for Coffee, Anderson, and Lynn counties in southeast Kansas through 8 o'clock tonight. One of the updates here, heat index values could be 100 to 110 in this zone of that heat advisory out there. And we're already seeing heat index values increase. So we have that moderate heat risk potential across most of the area. It's minor south of I-44 today, but you see the moderate continues to spread out on Friday. By Saturday, it's across the entire region. Now we're starting to see major impacts, and that continues and spreads into Sunday and Monday as well, possibly lasting into Tuesday before we lose some of that humidity out there. And so again, this major risk, what this is indicating is we're talking very high dew points, very high humidity levels, leading to heat index values as we head into the beginning of next week over a broader area into the triple digits. In Joplin right now, it's 85. Again, that southwest breeze is gusting upwards of 24. Dew point is 70, humidity 61%, makes it feel like 89. Temperatures around the region, again, warming up, warmer out west, already well into the upper 80s. And we've got low to mid 80s a little further to the south and to the east. And once you factor in these dew points, which are uncomfortable to say the least, got some upper 60s, most of these low, even close to mid 70s. Nowada's dew point 77. So that's putting all of us just about in this muggy, soupy, and beyond range on the dew point tracker. Also leading to heat index values. Again, further west, look at Yates Center, Neodesha, Independence, sitting at 95 is what it feels like out there. Very hot temperatures and very muggy conditions. So you've definitely got to be taking those precautions out there, staying hydrated, limiting your time outside as best you can. All right, low 90s again tomorrow, and we're going to hold on to low to mid 90s over the next several days, which also means our overnight lows are going to stay mild as well in the low to mid 70s. Maybe a late shower or storm Sunday, and maybe again on Wednesday, but outside of that, hot, muggy, and dry across the area.
It's too early to be this hot, but I guess we got to buckle up because we're in for it.
We are in for it now.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making dreamy, creamy pudding in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Howard is showing us how to make a dreamy, creamy pudding in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you don't mind, I want to try something. I'm going to hold up two colors, and I want you to shout out whatever flavor they remind you of. Red and white. If you guess peppermint, that's what I was thinking too. Okay, how about yellow and green? If lemon lime came to mind, you're 2 for 2. Okay, just one more. How about orange and cream? If all of a sudden you're craving a creamsicle, then you've passed the test with flying colors. And since creamsicles are one of my favorites, let me show you how to make a cool and creamy layered pudding that uses those two colors, or shall I say flavors. For the orange flavor, we dissolve orange gelatin in boiling water. Then we stir in some cold water. After that cools slightly, we'll beat in a package of vanilla pudding. And to make it extra creamy, after it cools, we'll fold in some homemade vanilla whipped cream. Look what we get when we alternate our orange pudding with some of the vanilla cream. A dessert that stimulates your taste buds just by looking at it. To get the recipe for our dreamy, creamy pudding, all you have to do is hop online. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Thanks for taking our tasty color test. And the next time you think of these two colors together, the first words out of your mouth might just be, ooh, it's so good.
We can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, so don't forget we've got the heat today and heading into the next several days. Also, we're looking at heat index values increasing as well as we start to go into the triple digits over the weekend. So definitely take it easy, limit your time outside, stay hydrated. Could see some isolated thunderstorms tonight, tomorrow night, maybe some pop-up storms through the day tomorrow, a few isolated storms Sunday night, Wednesday night. But again, the big thing here right now is the heat and the fact that temperatures increasing.
All righty. Well, coming up tonight at 5, new research shows migraine headaches may be growing more intense and debilitating for many patients. We're going to learn about new treatments that doctors are saying are helping provide relief. Plus, the 60th annual Bushwhacker Days kicks off tonight. We'll see what's in store for this year's celebrations. And more on Freeman Health taking over emergency room and hospital operations in Fort Scott, Kansas. Join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.